now. Thank you, Kathleen, for joining us today to learn a little bit more about you.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited for you guys to get to know me a little bit better and just have insights about my background.
Amazing. So Kathleen, let's jump right into it. Your experience in real estate so far, you got into the industry just before the shift into a seller's market where there's extremely limited supply and an exceptionally high demand. Can you describe for us how you built a successful business through a challenging market influenced by a global pandemic?
Yeah, I have to say how I built my business during the pandemic, I think I just focused on just client care. So just calling my database and just asking them like, hey, how are you doing? Like, do you need anything from me? Is there anything that I can do to help? I know we're going through hard times. Just know that I'm a phone call away if you just want to chat or if you need help with anything. And I think that really pushed my business in a sense where these clients were like, oh wow, like she actually doesn't really care about real estate, she just wants to help. So I think that's what really jump started my business during the global pandemic. And then in the pandemic, how I help my clients become successful is just making sure that I'm setting them up for success and just walking them through the process. The pandemic itself was already so overwhelming, and going through a home buying process is already just so much to take in. So I just want to make sure that I'm holding my clients' hands throughout the whole process and making sure that they understand everything. And I wanted to provide them with as much knowledge and educate them as much as I can so that they're confident in making those decisions.
Absolutely, that's amazing. What was it like when the sort of, society was shifting, things were kind of becoming more laxed in terms of, our freedom being brought back to us? How did that affect the shift of going from, I just want you to know that I care so much about you and that I'm here to support you, to, okay, now let's transition you to achieve your goals?
What do you mean? Like, wait, sorry, can you repeat that question?
Yeah, so the question is, how did you transition from going from a point of care to transitioning people back into real estate to get their goals achieved?
Yeah, I think that really, like, having that care aspect still helped them trust me and walking them through, I guess, making the biggest financial decisions of their lives. So I think anything that I provided them with advice, like, okay, yeah, she really cares and I can really trust her in the advice that she's giving me. So anything that I would coach them to do, they would understand where I'm coming from.
That's awesome. So much of what we do is rooted in how we've been raised, the people we've surrounded ourselves with. Ultimately, it's really influenced our aspirations. And I know that you've been intrigued by real estate since you were a teenager. Can you tell us a little bit more about how that contributed to your career?
Yeah, so as a kid, my dad was very, very handy. So till this day, he still does construction and contracting, and he flips a lot of homes. So I think seeing that aspect of flipping homes, I really saw the potential that each home can have, from going from a complete gut job to looking absolutely stunning. So just seeing the overturn of that process of making something beautiful. So I think that really sparked my interest in just homes itself. And as a kid, we would always go to open houses for fun. My parents were very savvy in investing in real estate. So we would always buy a new build, we would fix it up, gain a little bit more equity, and then we would move on to the next one. So I think I just saw the potential of also investing into real estate to fund our lifestyle, basically. And I wanted to, going from that, I wanted to help others, I guess, experience what I experienced, how we use real estate to find our forever home and fund it as well.
I think that's so telling because from my perspective, not only are you an expert in resale, but you have been exceptionally involved with new builds and helping those build their investment portfolio. So it's really no wonder that's something that you've really succeeded in, just based off of how your parents kind of just involved you in that kind of stuff. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So I think that really helped me see the eye, to have the eye to see potentials in a lot of homes that some buyers will not see.
Right. So you can help them truly paint the picture of how they can live their lives here. What small or big improvements can they make to make this house into their dream home? Because who knows really what the wish list is.
Yeah, exactly. Like we could just knock down this wall and you can have that kitchen that you're looking for.
I love that.
I mean, it's not that easy, but.
So before you joined the West team, you were in an operations role while you were studying for your license. And I know firsthand how great foundation that is, especially when you jump 2 feet into the industry. For those that are considering getting into real estate, do you have any tips, tricks, best pieces of advice?
I would definitely say if you are thinking of getting into the real estate market, I would consider dabbling into the administrative role beforehand. I think that really gave me a good sense of the real estate forms, and the real estate forms is how we really protect our clients. And understanding these forms, it helped me coach my clients and making sure that they completely understand these legal binding documents that they're signing. So I think that's the main tip that I would say is just if you are thinking of getting into the real estate market, just understanding all these forms so you can best protect your clients.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many instances, I'm sure, of people just not fully understanding what they're signing. So having that expertise is huge. And like you said, protecting your clients is our number one duty and obligation. And we take it so seriously at the West team.
For sure.
Okay, so last question, and I love asking our agents this. You have always participated in the growth of the culture at KW Integrity, where we work here, from committees to volunteering and participating in fundraisers. What impact has your involvement on these activities had on your business?
I think first and foremost, the biggest impact would be just going out and meeting the different agents in my brokerage, because I'm ultimately at the end of the day, I will be working with one of them on these deals. So I think just introducing myself, having a great connection with these different realtors will ultimately help my clients in the end with negotiations. Secondly, I would say being involved in these activities really made me think that giving back to the community is something that I want to implement in my business and make it something more forefront. So instead of just selling real estate, what am I doing with all this money? I think being involved in all these activities makes me realize that I do want to give back to my community and to those in need.
I love that, because here at the West team, we strive to give, gain, and grow. And part of that mantra that we've developed is because of the feedback that we've gotten from people like you on our team, where giving is such an important pillar to our businesses, whether it be a small favor for a client or community events that we do, like the food drive, or even today's Red Day at the brokerage. So I think it's so amazing, Kathleen, that you've incorporated that into your planning. And from what I see, I think it's just a natural thing that comes to you. You're a very generous, very reliable individual, and you have really elevated the culture on the West team, even just in the short period of time that we've had you here. It feels short, but time flies when you're having fun with Kathleen Vo.
I know it does. And I think the West team really helped me realize that giving should be such a huge thing in our business, where we're changing lives in a lot of our business. We're changing a lot of our clients' lives. What else are we doing to change other people's lives and give back, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about developing that grander scope of lifestyle and experience. So good for you, Kathleen. Can't wait to see what else you're able to accomplish this year. You are an extremely capable individual. You're such an expert, and it is a huge pleasure to have you on the team. Thank you so much for joining me today. And if you do have any questions for Kathleen, you can find her on Instagram, Facebook, and on our site if you want to give her a direct message. That's all for now.
Well, thanks so much, Kate. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys soon.